So now you can see the screen.
Sir.
Yeah, fine. Just hold on. Just hold on. So welcome back. There was some network issue in my end. So I'm again on. The thing is that now you can see the login screen here in the OPEC page. In the top, and here too. So the login screen here in the OPEC page. But there is no registration system here. Only the existing user can log in. Existing user can log in. There is no registration. So for registration, we'll again activate the registration. So for activating the registration, we'll, all the settings should be done in Koha administration. Koha administration, global system preferences. Now we will activate the registration. OPEC. You just scroll down. We go to self registration. Go to self registration. In self registration, you will find the option called patron self registration. I'm making it more larger. Patron self registration. So it's by default is don't allow. It's written don't allow library patrons to register or modify their accounts via the OPEC. So we will get allow. Again, we will check the OPEC portion. Still, we are not getting the register now. Though we have made this self registration allow, we are not getting the register now button here. The reason behind it's written here. Note this needs patron self registration default category to be set a valid patron category code. It says even if you made it allow, there should be a default patron category code here. It means whenever a patron will start to register, the system should know which category of patron that particular user is. So patron self registration category. From where we will get this category code. In last class we made some patron category. We have to bring that from there. Patron categories. We made this library training, TRN, online training. We made this. So we put TRN there. That is, wherever is registered, the system will automatically treat us as training. So again, I am going to just remember this code TRN. Again, I am going to administration, global system preferences, OPEC, OPEC self registration, and this is patron self registration default category. I am giving an ERN. Hitting save. Now I'll set a refresh. Now you find the register button is here. Could you find this? The register button? It's visible. Register here. Is the register here is visible to you?
Sir.
So,
Yeah. So this is the way you can allow your patrons to register from, so that they can register themselves. It will minimize the effort of user data entry by the library staff. If you click here, you will find a form. This is a huge default form. If the user can use, if the user register user the library card number, this is a library card number. This must be between 11 to 32 characters. So this must be left blank. Before this, one more thing should be activated. Now these are the things the user made. Only the red portion is mandatory. The rest of the things are not mandatory. Confirm password and verification. So now the thing is, here you can say library card number. User may give their thing, but we don't want the library card number should be. We want our library card number should be automatic. So again, we'll do that in the system preferences. We'll search for card number. Let's see whether there is or not. Here auto member number. Auto member number, if I put it auto member number, if I put it on, then the card number will be automatically generated. Card number will be automatically generated. And I'll give must be minimum 5 characters long. Patron preferences. Now if I refresh here, now you see library card number is not visible to the person. It will be auto generated by the system. Is it clear? Up to this, some zooming down. Is it clear up to this? See, after each and every step, we will ask whether it is clear or not. Because unless the steps are clear, we will not go forward. So someone see, please show it again. The thing is that whenever you are, now I'll show you auto member number, don't save. Now you see, we have activated register now. Up to that it was clear. Now whenever I am trying to register, it's giving an option library card number. So basically the library card number should be given by the library, not by the user. So this option should not be there for the user. Is it right? So we will deactivate, but how to deactivate? We will make the system to generate the number automatically. So where we will do it? In the global system preferences, you search for card number. I search for card number. Different options came. Now I went to patron preferences, this and general. I type auto member number. Auto member number means the system will automatically generate a card number. I've given here, it is by default don't, I make it 2, and in the just next to that, I made it the card number should be minimum 5. You make it 3 also, it's up to you. And following database must be filled in the patron entry field. That is the patron entry field. I pick it save. Now I'll again go to OPEC option. The setting is done in stub interface and the output is visible in OPEC interface. Put refresh. After every setting, I have to put the refresh. Now you see the card number option is again invisible for the user. So that the user will not put any card number, it will be done by the system itself. Is it fine now? Is it fine? So you can just write it down. We will also provide the someone has a question. Tanushree Dasgupta, please. You can unmute yourself and ask the question. Your voice sound is very low. Yeah, please.
I want to know that after patron sales registration default category, from there,
Better, Tanushree. Better you type here in the chat box because your sound is breaking. Tanushree, please type the question in the chat box so I'll read out and it is also visible to each and everybody. Screen is changing very late. It is not parallel to your square. Ma'am, it may be due to the network setup at your end. Here it is changing immediately. Okay, Tanushree said that where TRN will pull out. Where? Okay, I'll again show the step where this TRN category, where you got the TRN category. Simple. The TRN category in the last class will show you where to make the create a new patron category. You just go to Koha administration, patron categories. We saw the categories. You can give any category if, according to your wish. Any category according to your wish. So we have taken the TRN category from here in the patron category list that we have done in the last class. And for Sonia Jadhav, screen is changing very late. We are no problem. We are recording the screen, recording the session. It will be shared with you. And due to some, so I'll try to go very slow so that the screen changes according to my voice. There may be some network issue at your end. So this is fully online. This was sometimes some network issues may be there. So I think the Tanushree Dasgupta's question is clear. So we have taken the code from here. So now you see the screen have some options. So this is the full form. This is the full form. Now, in the form, there are some unnecessary. You may have some unnecessary options like salutation, surname and forename is mandatory. You can make anything mandatory. Date of birth. If you want to make date of birth mandatory, okay. I want to make date of birth mandatory to be filled up by the student. So the setting will be done here. Global system preferences, OPEC. I will go to self. Everything will be done in self registration section. So I want to make date of birth mandatory. So I'll find where it should be done mandatory. Now you see surname and forename is given here. Patron self registration Borwards mandatory field. I make it larger. Patron self registration Borwards mandatory field. That means this fields to be filled up mandatory. Someone is make, please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. After self-registration default category, then what is the step? Just put for save. That is the thing. Tanushree, after everything, you have to put in the save. I'll show you. Save. Next is patron self-registration mandatory field. Here, forename and surname mandatory. As you can see, forename and surname is red here. I want to make date of birth also mandatory. So I have to put here date of birth. I have to see what is the database column. Here the screen it is shown date of birth. For the database, it's showing some coding. I have to see the exact coding. So for coding, the database column is given here. Just on the top. You click on that, it will take you to a list where you will find the database columns. And we will search for date of birth. We'll Control F, date of birth. So the coding is date of birth without any space in between. Date of birth continue. Just copy that and first name, surname, you have to give a different, that is separate. You have to separate the columns with pipe. Pipe symbol is something you will find just with backslash. Backward slash, you will find a backward slash, a symbol called pipe. It is something like, see in the screen, it is something like this. This is the pipe symbol. Pipe symbol. You will put where you will find it. You will mostly in the most of the keyboards is find in a shift. If you press shift this, you will find pipe. So the separator should be pipe without any space. So I'll put it date of birth here, first names, pipe date of birth, and I have to put save. Is saving. After each editing, I have to put save. Now I'll again put refresh. Now expected the date of birth will be red. Now you see the date of birth is red. That means it's mandatory. Is it fine now? Okay. So anybody want to repeat the step? I don't think somebody. I'll wait for your response. Is it fine up to this? How to make the field mandatory? Just hold on. Shall we call? So this is how we have made another field mandatory. Now we'll show you how to make a field disappear from here, like this field initial. I don't want this, like, or in street number, or in fax. I don't want this field because students do not have some fax number. Someone says please do it again. Okay, I'm repeating the step again. How to make a field mandatory here. So earlier we made date of birth mandatory. Now we'll make like your mobile number, primary email, or your primary phone mandatory. So I will go here. It is the form is patron self registration mandatory field. I'm clicking on database column and primary phone. I'm searching for primary phone. The primary phone, the code is phone. I'm just copying this. Going here, putting by pipe and the phone. Saving. Now you see it is changing here. This particular portion should be red. Now you see primary phone is red. So I made it mandatory. Now I will make this fax disappear. That is, I do not want my users to see fax or other phone to be filled by, or should be invisible for them. So I'll again go to here. So now you see patron self registration borrower's mandatory I have done. Now I am patron registration borrower unwanted field. So I don't want unwanted field. So I'll click here. I'll search for. Here is secondary phone is phone pro. I copied. I saved here. Then I'm searching for fax. I don't want fax. Again, the code is fax itself. See, save. Now you will see here fax is visible. Secondary phone, other phone is visible. Because so this one will be, this fax will be invisible now. So we'll search. Now there is no secondary phone, no fax. So this is how we can design the form according to our wish. Whether when we do not need the data, why to keep the field in the form? It will unnecessary make the user confused or discomfort. So is it fine? Up to this, we made some fields disappear. We make some fields mandatory. So our next step will be how to make the email ID unique. How to make the email ID unique, so that a particular user who has registered with a particular email ID, the same email ID cannot be used by other students. So same email ID should not be used by other students. So now I am trying to register a student first. Then we will see what to do. Mr. Singh VK, date of birth I'll give around 2008. 2006 June. So I'll skip all these things. Primary phone. I give a primary email. So nekolimmedia@gmail.com I have given. Password 1234. It must be at least uppercase, lowercase, and number. Can we remove all fields in one go? Yes, yes. I have removed 2 fields in one go. From where we are copying the fields? Can you show it, please? Yes, yes. No problem. You just go to the patron self-registration or patron unwanted field. Here you find the following database column. The database column is here. For Priyanka Chhetri, you click on the database column, it will take you the list. Okay, is it fine? Can we remove the all fields? Yes, I have removed 2 fields at a time, phone, true and facts. You just keep on pasting all the fields according to your need from the database column and separate with pipe. That's all. So here you find that password must be uppercase character including lowercase. That you may change, but we are keeping it uppercase, lowercase. So it's keeping A 1 2 3 A B C 1 2 3 A B C 1 2 3. A is capital. Verification code you have to show here FFIDF. I have clicked on submit. Now see, registration is clear. Username is, you can see card number is 1. It is a generator, card number 1. Username vk.c. Password is, I'll just write it down so that I may have to read it. vk.c. Password is ABC123. So now if you log in, you will see the data you have filled. My personal details. So most of the data that we have filled. ক্লাস প্লেস বাজার এটা খোলা আছে এখন আমি so if I log in here with vk sync vk.sinh abc123 log in. Now my personal details should be visible here. Hopefully, for verification. Then our next phase will be, we'll make this email ID as unique. That is, nobody can register with that email ID. So in the same where, and that is say under self registration, this is called patron self registration email must be unique. Patron self registration unique email must be unique. You have to put do not consider. By default it is do not consider. We have to make consider. Save. If you want to, now again we are going to OPEC. Want to register a new user. A new user with the same email ID. I will show what it will say. Das a date of birth I'll give again, as it is mandatory. I have to provide the data, and before primary phone, no problem, can give anything. Okay, that's primary phone, I'll keep. Okay, primary email, I'll give again, I'll try to give the same email ID. ID password. Verification. You DNS. Submit. Okay, I have not saved it. Sorry. We'll log in. So I'll check whether both the email IDs are correct, same or not. From here I'll check. First one is SINPH. You can see details. The email ID was nekoliveindia@gmail.com. And then the next pattern is Das. Details. Nekoliv India. Oh, it's the typing mistake. Then we typing mistake. So I'll delete it and try to show you the step again. There is a typing mistake. That's why it's currently went down. Das A 1992. I'll primary phone primary page, that will show mistake. ABC 123 AB verification NKVUH. Press and submit. Let's see what the system says. Yeah, now the system says the email ID already exists in the database. Please correct and resubmit. So if you want your email ID should be unique always, that is the email ID should not be that is the email ID. You have detected it. So as you see, if you want your email ID should be unique, then you have to activate that. Where you have to activate? We have activated in home, Koha administration. We went to global system preferences. Just write it down. We went to OPEC. We went to self-registration. Then we went to patron self-registration email must be unique. Patron self-registration email must be unique. There is no space in between. We made it consider. The next is patron self-registration email temporary account delay. If you make it 30 days, after 30 days, the self-registration will be removed automatically. if you don't activate by the staff. This patron self-registration library list. Enable the self-registration of the following libraries. Here you can give the branch code. From where we will get the branch code? We'll again get the branch code from the administration libraries. We'll make it Necolib demo library, DEMO or NTL, both. So we'll put the demo there. Global system preferences, OPEC. We'll search for self-registration and we'll put here. We'll put it demo. So it will be shown here. Now patron self-registration pre-fill form. You have seen that after self-registration, the email ID and other things has been screen has been sharing this. The ID, password, everything is visible in the screen. If you don't want to do that, you have to make patron self-registration pre-fill form here. Make it do not display and pre-fill. Save. If I will change the Necolib only. Email is fine now. And I'll change the name, otherwise it will make you confused. P.A. Das. Password is same. Verification IDMPK. Submit. No. Anup says, is the password will be no, password is up to the user. What the password here there. So here someone is unmuted. Please mute yourself. The password is up to the user. What he or she feels like. You fill up your password. I have typed the verification code wrong. AURHL. Submit. Now you see the registration details are not visible in the screen. So it will. So now your question should be, how the user will know about his or her registration details. The registration details, suppose the registration details should, for the security reasons, the registration detail, email ID and password are not visible here. So we made the setting. Now your question may be, so we'll go to question later. Is it clear up to this? What is the gender? Female code for make its mandatory field. So Priyapal, you just go here and see what it is called. It's sex, SEX. It says is the code for gender. You have to check for here. This is the code and this is the output. You have to copy this code. Someone said repeat. Simple. I made here the patron self-registration pre-fill form. I make it do not display and pre-fill. That means after you fill up the form, your details will be displayed in the screen. It will be sent by your mail. So now, is it fine now? Up to this. So Priyapal has asked for gender. The code is sex, and someone is asked for is the password same for every option? No, the password is up to the users. I have repeated the steps. I think it's fine. So Now you want to see where there are some other steps also here. I'll just describe patron cell modification. So some modification also you can give the things here. Patron cell additional info instruction. Okay. If I type something here, after the registration, one screen will be visible. Like I am writing here, please submit hard copy of the form to library within 30 days. So I'll return. So you'll see where it will appear. I'm clicking on print, and I'm also making this refill form display. So again, registered. Yeah, the question is how to verify the user whose self-declared is genuine. That's why we are. You may collect the hard copy of form also to verify whether the user is genuine or not. That should be signed by your HOD and supported with the registration fee form. So until and unless you receive the registration form in hard copy, you should not activate. The after 1 month, the temporary registration will be automatically deleted. Then we'll again show for the register here. I have typed something, whether it will be visible. Sharma, VD, date of birth, activate. I may click final phone, primary email I'm skipping, then no password. It's XYZ123. Someone was asking, I am giving the answer XYZ123. GZZSS. Hanifa Begum, but during a hands-on implementing in our library, meet many questions on your mind. Okay, that question will be shared. You just share the question in the WhatsApp group or in our blog also. We'll try to solve, reply those questions. And this is basically in sharing. Those who are using, we are in a my library. We are practically using the OPEX self registration. And I have initially faced I have lots of issues that has been solved as of yet. So I'm clicking on submit. Now I will show where I have given written one sentence where it is visible. Now here, please submit a hard copy of the form within 30 days. So I have written one sentence. This is visible here for the user. So after the form, the student will get the instruction line. You can make it bold, you can might scroll, everything you can do. So this is basically a simple. I have written one text. You can make an HTML coding also. Is it fine? You can give a 2-3 lines more. So just after the form, the student will get some instructions. So they have to submit a hard copy of the form. The license is 30 days. That is the thing. Because for in a system, in our system, with the authority is always asking for hard copy. So you collect a hard copy of the form along with their admission fee receipt. And accordingly, I will show you my hard copy, how we are collecting the data, how to verify which student data is what, how to verify. Next is, we'll make the login details should be sent to user over email. So you go to search system preferences, search for email. Yeah, Now here you search for email. We are searching. Our main intention is the this opaque auto epic email user. So by default it is don't send. Some of question. I am Dr. Nazir, but join the name of Hanika Begum because she is my wife. So I am getting as Hanika Begum only. So okay, from next time I will try to keep in mind. So the next question is how the user will know his or her password if it's not in the visible in the screen or the mail. So the system is you in the system preferences in Patron. You click on Patron and you click on General, then Auto Email Opaque User. That means the system will automatically send an email to the new user about his or her account details. By default, it is don't send. Now you got send, save. The system will send automatic email. But prior to that, your server should be equipped you to send the email, and you have to configure your email ID with the server. Just hold on. Just hold on. So before sending, you have to configure your server for sending email with any email ID if you want. And that is a separate concept and that will not be shown now. So what we made after whenever we will prepare or the user will register, then automatic email will be sent to them. So this is one option. This is one option. So next again we will go for this patron self registration. What we will see, what are the other fields? What are the other steps? Again we are in the opaque. We're in the self registration. We'll see what are the others. First is modification. Self registration we made it allowed. If you don't allow, the registration field will be invisible. Patron self registration additional instruction. So this is one additional instruction that we have shown. Then mandatory field, we made some mandatory field, date of birth, phone, etc. Patrons are the forwards unwanted field, phone, fax unwanted field. Patron self-registration default category is we made it TRN. Patron self-registration must be unique. We made it unique. Email must be unique. We have a keyword time expiration date 30 days. We have self-registration library list. We have a demo library. We made it pre-fill and valve registration verify by email. This is one thing. Last option. Patron self-registration verify by email. Something you have seen whenever you are registering in any portal like Facebook or any Gmail or any Amazon, where they send an email to your email ID to activate your account. That means they are basically checking the email ID whether you are whether the email ID exists or not, and whether you are the original owner of the email or not. So here also you can make that whenever a registration is done, one email will be sent to the particular email ID to verify first the email ID, second your authority with the email ID. You may give if I don't do that, you may give any email ID. The updates will be go to that email ID, you will not get any information. So if I make it don't require, if I make it require, patron self registration verify email require. I made it save preference. Now again I will register with a new name. Again I will register with a new name. Again I will make a new name. SK, main date of birth, as 83. Just giving a imaginary primary phone, primary email. I'll give any email. Password. UFALA. Okay. Submit. Now you will get a system dialog here. Please confirm your registration. As we are getting for other sites, a confirmation email has been sent shortly to your email. Your account will not be activated until you follow the link provided. So in this email, I am supposed to get a link from my Koha server. But remember again, before sending this email, your Koha server should be connected to internet, and the system of sending email should be activated. Basically, it is done with a software called Postfix. It is an open source software. You install Postfix in your server, you configure the email, and the email will be sent automatically. You configure the email and password, it will serve. So once you configure the email, then only you should activate this system. So your system will send a confirmation email to this, and after clicking, you will get the confirmation page. So this is what our Koha self registration is. Both the system of Koha self, I am repeating by step. First, you have to create a patron that we done yesterday. You have to create a library that we have done yesterday. So now you have tried to patron self registration. For patron self registration, the first step is you have to make the patron card number automatic. So for where we have done in patron auto card number, auto member number. In the steps I am repeating. First, we create a new library that is done in the last class. What is the name of the software? That is Postfix. I am typing here. Postfix. Postfix. Basically, that will help you to configure the email. Then, if I include student roll number, class section, instance database, how will I do that? That you have to configure. That you have to edit the form accordingly. There are lots of fields there. You can confirm any field. But remember, in a library, there is no need of your class roll number, all these things. Think from the librarian's point of view. Include students or roll number. Students' roll number is not required. Section is not required for you in the library database. So why they enter the data? But you can collect each and every data, no problem. With there are some other steps that I will show you. No, that is different question. We are in the meeting of Koha software. You ask the name of the software. Is it separate software of this or yes? That is a Postfix. That he is asking about what is the software that is required for configure the email. Koha will give the libraries database only. For sending the email, you need an additional software that is called Postfix. Postfix will help you to configure the email and will send the email from your server to the user. So we have created the someone is asking about what is class roll number, etc. That in the next class we will try to show you. Then next is how we are continuing the steps we have followed. So first we have created the library that we done yesterday last class. We have created a user category that we also created in last class. Now we will start it for OPEX self-registration. The first is we have made the member number, that is member ID generation automatic. Where we did it? Koha administration, global system preferences. We make it patron, search for auto member number. So by default it is don't, we make it do, so that whenever we will register a number, the member number will be automatically generated. Only the library staff can edit the numbers. Next is auto email OPEC user. So by default it is don't send, we made it send. That is, whenever a user is done or registered, an email will be automatically sent by the system to his email ID. So made it safe. Next, rest of the things we'll do in the OPEC. Here will OPEC, we went to OPEC self-registration. First, OPEC self-registration, we make it, one more thing, before OPEC self-registration, we make it OPEC login. Okay, OPEC login, we allowed. So in features, we make OPEC login allowed, OPEC user login as allowed. Yeah, here we made it because this will activate the login page in the OPEC. By default, it is allowed, and we kept it allowed only. Next is we went to OPEC self-registration. We made first is OPEC self-registration. By default is don't allow. We make it allow. Next is for OPEC self-registration, we have to make a temporary registration by default category. Here we make a category from TRN. TRN, we have collected the data from your system, what we have done last day. This is the code, user code. Then we have given the patron self-registration account delay 30 days. Patron self-registration library list, we have given the demo, that is the library code. Then rest of the things we will go step by step. First, additional instruction we have given. After fill, this please submit a hard copy of the form within the 30 days, that will be visible. Then we have given some mandatory fields here, that is surname, first name, date of birth, phone, these are mandatory. Where we have collected the codes, we have collected from database columns. Here, from where they are collected. These are the codes and these are their outputs. First name. Here street type, address, city, these are the correct. Next we have patron select borrowers unwanted fields. We want some unwanted field, that is phone, secondary phone number, fax, we don't want. That also we have collected from database column and differentiate with a pipe here. Then we have made email must be unique. We made email must be unique, that is only particular single email may be registered. Then we made self-registration pre-fill form, display no, yes or no. That is after the form is filled up, the details of the patron, meeting on the ID, password and card number will be visible on the screen. And now we made it patron self-registration verify by email. That is, we made it required so that the verify. But basically we don't make it required, so that sometimes the email don't send. If you don't have their email ID sent, they don't make it activated. So this is how we will activate the patron self-registration. Now session is now open for discussion. So session is now open for discussion. Sir, what is the patron who doesn't belong to the default category of self-register? The next we will now discuss about the question. Questions are visible to everyone. First question is, what is the patron who doesn't belong to the self category of register? Now we will see in the that again we will go to the registration field. Register a new account. Register for register for new account. Here you see that the list of in the category online training is by default selected. You can change it from here. So the student, you can click on student. So this was the question asked by Ozukum. What if the patron who doesn't belong to the default category of self register? So in the self registration page, the system gives you option to choose your category. The online training will be automatically selected, but you can change it from here. Next question. Any question? Tirtho, sir, can we select only one patron category code if I want to select every category? No, no, no. A particular patron can be available in your system by only one category. Your category is always unique. A particular user cannot use two categories. Like if a student, if a faculty is doing PhD, you can give him or her either faculty or PhD, research scholar. Both the category cannot be applicable to a single patron. That is the simple library logic. A user should not have privilege of two categories. It should have only one category. Next question. I am waiting for the next question. Any question you want to ask here? Next is how one user can change, edit his or input data after self-registration. So when the user will log in, after the user will log in, the self-registration details will be visible to him or her. So the user can log in and change the data. Will user select or who will make the default? The default will be made by the system. After that, during the form fill up, user can select. Because you have multiple type of select, you have to give one default by the system. That is just a system to run, and user will select according to it. Even if the user done a mistake here, the staff can change it later. Even if the user done a mistake here, from your staff end, you can change the user category because from the hard copy of form. Next question. The email notification setup, if can be shown, it will help. Yeah, I'll show you email notification. Someone asked me email notification. Just simple. Please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. You go to administration, system preferences, and in patron. Someone has been unmuted. Patron preferences. Here, auto email opaque user. You make it send, save, and it will be sent to the particular user about the details. Next question. So suppose one student enters and select a wrong category at the time of self-registration, whether it can be modified later? Yes. For Priyanka Chetri, as a staff, you can modify. Basically, whenever the student is user is registered, we don't want students to edit it. That means we don't want student to rectify the category. We don't want student to rectify the category. So from staff end, we change the student category. Students or the users cannot. That is also changeable. That is also optional. We have made that is the students category cannot be students category, that is user category cannot be editable by the user. So we made it deactivated, and the staff will change it later from the staff interface. If the user have their card number, then what should do? I'm not clear about that. If the user have their card number, then what should do? I'm not clear about the question. The form is too long. It is necessary to fill all the fields. No. The form is too long. You can make the fields only the fields that is a mandatory for you read. Rest you can keep it like that, or you can disappear also. If I put TRN, that only library training and register themselves object or the category can. No. The TRN, this is camera here. TRN, that is I have already shown. TRN is taking by default only here. The user can change anytime according to their category. In the form itself, the option is there to change the category in the drop down, as you can see here. You can see in the screen. You can say student. You can say staff. So it can be TRN is only for the user. I am asking for about the library due notification, book submit, fine collection, issue return confirmation. This is not part of this session. This is not part of this session. This is not part of this session. That will be shown you separately in different session. That is automatically sent by the system. Any more question? Like whenever you will ask question, your queries will be cleared automatically. Those who are working in different libraries, you may have several questions. And as I'm working in the Koha system from last around 6 years, different problems we have faced in our library. Different problems we have faced, and we have faced cleared all those queries. So I'm just sharing all my experience with you. And whenever some questions will be arise in your mind, unless until you ask the questions, will not be clear. And one more thing, sometimes the questions may not appear in your mind during the classes. Those who have taken this practice portal, they can practice the things, and then the things will be clear to you, and you can keep on asking in the WhatsApp group. Next is, see the students fill up the form themselves. What is the first step to verify from our end? The first thing, you collect the hard copy of form. First, you collect the hard copy of form, and on the hard copy, their card number should be printed. They ask them to mandatorily write their card number, because the card number has been created by the system. I will share with all of you my form. Okay, I will just check whether my website has my form or not. You can see my form and how we verify. The form. Forms. Let me check the library membership form for smart card. No, this is for the staff. I want for student. Then library library membership form for students. Now you see, I made it. I think it's showing the old form. I don't know why. Okay, I'll see. It's all available in my OPEC. I'll show you the form, library form for membership form for student and scholar. Now see, I have made a form here, temporary library ID. So they have to provide the library ID here. They have to fill up all the details, submit signature and head of the department, and submit along with their fee receipt. And from this number, from this temporary library ID, we just type the temporary library ID and verify the data and make the their library membership active. Then only they can use it. This is the way. If someone want to change his or her phone number, then later, how he will do it? Just the simple is just log on to the system. Like I want to change my phone number from OPEC. From OPEC, I want to change my own phone number. I'll show you how. From OPEC, I want to change my phone number. The login is forget the password. So I'll try to PK sync. PK sync. Yeah. My personal details. Here I want to change my phone number. Earlier it was given. Now I have changed phone number 9466388. You click on submit. Now I will show you whether it will be verified. Once you submit, I will show you. So it won't be like this. So once the submit, in the home itself, in the staff interface, one option will come here. Though one patron has tried for change. So the system is you log into your system. You log into your system, edit the form and submit. The thing is simple. And after submission, then after submission, the one confirmation link will come to the staff, and the staff have to verify and accept. Then it will be activated. Next question is how the user change or editor input after this. That we have already shown in the question of Priyanka. Will user select or make it default? I am not again sure about the question. If I put TRN, then only that also we have clear. Email notification setup, then it's already user have card number, what to do. I'm asking you, that is fine. What will be the validity of the registration? The validity of the registration will be 30 days initially. If you don't activate from the staff interface. If it is activated, it will be according to the other category. It will be till they are inside your campus. They don't have to re-register in the every session. No. The system is they will register only at the time of admission. After each year, that is our normal system, they have to renew. Just bring their new admission system, that is the this year or next year, as we did in our student life. They will just show your admission receipt. You just click on renew, it will be renewed. Tanushree, can I query from the previous class? Yes, 100%. But the most of the you can query in the WhatsApp group. Okay, ask me, Tanushree, what is the query? The next is after finishing this session, can you send the steps of the OPEX self-learning process in the WhatsApp group? I'll try to type the things and send in the WhatsApp group. Any question from Tanushree? One query from a previous class? So I think no more question. Any question from any user? So in that class, we'll stop our session here. We'll stop our session here. So I hope the things has been clear. I have tried my best to make the things clear to you as by sharing my experience with you. What about, I want to know the circulation preference blank space. What will be? Circulation preferences blank space. I'm not sure about the circulation preferences blank space. What will be? I'm not sure about the question. What is the if you share today's recording info? I'll just trim the video that is saved and I'll submit. I'll share the recording with all. I'll share the recording, upload in the YouTube and share with all of you. So I'm not sure about Tanusri's question here. She has asked what I want to know the circulation preference blank space. What will be? I'm not sure. You just take either you take a snapshot, share in the WhatsApp group so that we can reply you and so that others can easily see. So it will be better and the steps will be kept there and we'll make a online forum also so that all this discussion will be kept. So as of now, I am signing off. As of now, I am signing off. The I am recording has